to We Are Trash People. Am I being silenced?
No.
Am I being silenced?
Wait, why didn't your mic unmute? There you go.
Am I being silenced?
Voice meter!
Voice meter! The algorithm again!
That freeware is silencing you.
To be real though, the algorithm. But welcome everyone to We Are Trash People. I am Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the canon.
And on today's Scumposium. Scumposium.
Yes.
We're talking plants. We're talking plants. It's the, I was thinking it's the Scumposium because it's like a garden gnome. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
But welcome, everyone. Behold some of my plants. We have a really fun lineup for you today. We have a guest. We're gonna talk about these babes, and then we're gonna take a little tour of our plants. And try and fit some of these fuckers into a Barbie.
Yes,
because that has been my
idea. That's the repotting. Is trying to fit one of them into a Barbie.
Well, bits of them, because this baby is needs a new pot in general. But hello, welcome, welcome, hello, welcome, hello. Let's bring on our guest. Welcome everyone to the show. Our dear friend, BootlegBart.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
I see some glorious plants behind you. Absolutely gorgeous. So welcome to the show. Tell us about your history with keeping plants.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's kind of old and also kind of new. Like growing up, our family had like a really great garden. And so
like a vegetable garden or like ornamental?
A little bit of both. I think
both?
for a while it was mostly vegetables and fruits and that kind of thing. And then I didn't really get into...
What clime was this in? Climate.
Great question.
This is in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, a lot of really cool things grow there.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, so many cool fucking things, because it's a rainforest. Like, it's an actual rainforest.
Yeah, so we had... So I kind of had a really good experience with gardens and yards growing up, and then I think like for me it's been like the last 2.5 years that I've kind of started to get into plants again. Kind of a recent thing where I had one plant that I had for like 5 years. It was a peace lily, and it died like in the spring of 2021, I think. And so like I decided
when peace died, it died.
So I kind of decided, like, once I got like vaccinated and felt a little bit more comfortable going out, and one of the first things I'd do is go get a new plant. And I got one, and then I decided like that felt good, so I've kind of expanded and gotten into plants more recently.
That is awesome.
That's so cool.
I have a similar journey, minus the past experience with gardening. I inherited a hanging philodendron. I think that's what this is called. And I had it down in our basement apartment where it molded and got a bunch of root rot. So when we moved upstairs where there are windows, I was like, I'm gonna keep some plants. So hence this sort of experience. It's such a cool discovery, and it feels like really good in an interesting way.
Weird.
I love the cinematography, Forrest. I'm here for it.
Okay.
I'm feeling it. It's giving Sam Raimi.
I was trying to do. Oh, I mean, I see that.
Multiverse of Madness.
I was wanting to do that to zoom in on the plants.
The plants.
Hello, Potatoes Molasses. Hello, Lena.
Potatoes Molasses. Hello, Lena. Hello. I'm so excited for this show to both talk about these plants and watch my makeup slowly melt off my face because of the heat. Space God, if you are here, I asked everyone in the Discord, like, how are you all dealing with the heat? Because I have heat rash. And they're like, stay inside. And I'm like, I am inside! The inside is what's too hot. So is the outside.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot, but it's okay. That's what cold showers are for. And the plants are fucking loving it. So Bootleg Bart, show to us, and we do have a photo.
Yes.
But I also see these lovely plants behind you. Show us your plants. Tell me about them.
Sure. So behind me, in the middle there is some ivy that I grew from a cutting that my parents gave me that somebody gave them. So it kind of has like a neat like history there.
I love that. That looks a lot like this one.
It does. I wonder if it's the same.
Yeah.
It could be the same. I guessed that it was a philodendron. That is absolutely the same plant. That is 100% the same plant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And see how freaking nice the cuttings are. These are so awesome. This is the first time I have ever successfully
You can hold it up
gardened
again, I realize. Yeah, I see that.
So I'm just really excited in general that these actually rooted and didn't just die.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right? They're so cool. So tell me, so this was a cutting from a friend to your parents to you. Did it come to you in water or in dirt?
Just a dirt. I had a couple of really tiny cuttings, and 3 of them are like still alive, but they haven't like grown much larger. And then one really kind of took off, and it's.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell me about your process of propagating, of taking cuttings from that plant.
What this one kind of wants to grow. It's kind of pretty.
Yeah, I think it's a pothos.
Like, I mean, I just put it in some new dirt, fertilizer, and just kind of watched it, and it did pretty well.
Nice.
The one problem though is it had like aphids or something that like it didn't hurt the plant at all, and it didn't really get into my other plants. But
were
it's
they just like weird little mites that were in the dirt and they would pop up when it? I have those too.
Yeah, and like they don't seem to do anything. They're just like everywhere, and
yeah.
A little bit annoying with it, but
it's so annoying. I'll show off when we go downstairs. I have 3 avocado plants and a coffee plant that I got. I went on Facebook Marketplace and was just looking for free plants everywhere.
Yeah, we were driving all over to get plants for a while there.
And the
plants
avocado
and runs.
ones I sprouted from a seed in water. But they all like developed all of those little freaking bugs, and they were all next to each other. So I had to put them outside, and I have been soaking them with neem oil.
Yeah.
Is that something you've used?
Yeah, that's what I used too. It worked pretty good. You just have to like keep up with it for a while. It didn't completely get rid of them, but it minimized the.
Yeah. That is heartening, because I purchased the neem oil back when I was in the basement, and all of the plants were dying because there was no sun. So I was like, I don't know what's killing these plants. Is it the no sun or is it the neem oil? But I've been using it. Avocado plants so avocados have been really fun. I'll show off a seed that that is sprouted, and the ones that are currently in dirt, because it was like a whole process. Tell me about your other plants.
So the one on the far, or I guess my left here, is one of it's the only one that I bought that was like fully grown when I bought it. But
it's really pretty.
Yeah, I just like the look of it so much.
Is it a type of palm?
It's a ponytail palm is what it's called.
Ooh.
Yeah, the one thing though, there's like a little, I don't know if you can see, like there's a tiny piece of it, like where it's almost growing another plant.
Cool, it has a sprout.
Yeah, so I have to figure out what to do with that once that's
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to see, and especially how, did you notice it like sort of appear overnight?
Yes. Yeah, it's been gradual.
Right? Like, what's the deal with that? What's the deal with just coming downstairs and being like, roots?
Yeah, and this one on the far right behind me, it doesn't look like there's anything in it. But complete surprise because, like, I had a plant in here, and I have squirrels in my front yard that eat everything. They ate my Halloween pumpkin, and they ate this plant. And so I just had it in my house. I didn't know what to do with it. And then I just noticed that like there were sprouts one day. So we'll figure out what this turns out to be.
That's so exciting.
That's so cool. A surprise plant.
Yeah. Something that I have found that is really fun is it's very easy to propagate certain succulents. Mm-hmm. Behold here my Burrow's Tail succulent that I stole from my grandmother's living facility. What I did is I just took this piece off.
I'll go here. So you can try to hold it more. I can hold it for you too.
Which I kind of like ripped out of the ground because I got curious. That's the thing with the plants. The biggest problem I have with keeping plants alive is that sometimes I just get fucking curious and I destroy it. So this thing is like the main part of the plant, but what I did, I was just like, I'm gonna do an experiment. Because the way that you propagate these is you just put one of the leaves down on dirt and then you keep it kind of moist for a bit. And at first nothing was happening, but then it got really hot out and I had it in the sun because these babies need a lot of sun. And they fucking sprouted!
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And I like sort of like put them like around or whatever. I just kind of like scattered random ones. So there's a little one in here that started sprouting. You can't.
Oh yeah, you can't see it through the thicket of other plant.
It's just, it was so exciting to see things actually grow and to see the effect that the changes that I made in their environment actually make a difference, especially over time, because it's like a patience thing, and I don't have much of that. How do you feel about taking care of your plants? What is your strategy for keeping them alive? Do you feel like it's pretty intuitive at this point, or tell me about it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm lucky because this apartment has sunlight more so than other apartments I've been in, which helps because other ones I've been in where there's no light, that's not much.
Oh yeah, things just don't fucking grow.
No.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But I mean, it is kind of. I mean, I think that's part of the coolness of the experiment or experience is that like each plant you kind of hopefully can figure out what it likes and what it doesn't like within this ballpark of what kind of you already know about it. So shade or sunlight or that sort of thing. So it's kind of a cool connection that you can develop.
Do you have a favorite source of information, or is it just like me, just like fucking Google and like 50 different articles like this bitch organic gardener person has a way better garden than me and there's no way that I could maintain that, like this person with a pot I can do?
Yeah, Google, though I haven't had much luck because like a lot of times I'll look up like what's this brown spot and it's like you either watered it too much or you didn't water it enough.
There is a lot of that on fucking Google and Pinterest. They like to put up like the infographic or whatever of like this, like look at these different leaves and like the things that are wrong with each of them. But like everyone is like maybe underwatering or overwatering, too much sun or not enough sun. And I'm like, this is a useless infographic.
Yeah.
Like, why did you, who spent time making this? Give me some science. I found that, like, at least for me, a combination of, like, a little bit of science, like, I'll look up the hardcore, like, biology of this particular plant thing and, like, scan the articles, and then that kind of helps me put into context, like, the actual advice for taking care of it, and then I promptly forget all the other stuff. But...
Yeah, I think one of the benefits is, I mean, since I'm in an apartment, it's all in pots, and so I can control more of the soil. I think like when you're dealing with soil, you have to worry about like pH balances and all that lawn and order type stuff, and like that's a whole other thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell me about your soil mix, because this is a big thing online. Everyone will say, like literally every goddamn thing, they're like, don't you buy a pre-made soil mix, you stupid piece of shit. How dare you do this? You must make your own. You must find river rocks from mineral things, and then, you know, I mean, like, it makes more sense. And I have my soil things over there to show, like, the type of mixes that, like, I've been fucking with, and what's kind of worked for me. But tell me about your soil.
I do use pre-bought mix for the most part. I do put rocks in it a little bit, and sometimes I'll like mix it with some other dirt, but for the most part it's pre-bought.
Yeah. You what type do you do? Go like a succulent mix, or like cactus and citrus is really popular? I think that's the one I have.
I can't remember which one it was. I've tried a couple of them. One of them was like a little too, I don't know, just seemed too fine or something. But yeah.
I have found that the Miracle-Gro seed starter ones are not great. They hold on to too much moisture, and I think that would be useful probably in a vegetable growing situation. I thought that it was gonna like really make my avocado trees grow, because like this bitch is gonna be eating avocados in 10 years from one of her trees. 10 to 15 years. And well, if they grow, because avocados apparently are not true to plant. I'm not sure what it's specifically called, but the idea is that if there are certain plants where every seed will reproduce the same plant, essentially, that you got, a fruiting version, but not all seeds of avocados will produce a fruiting tree. It may just produce a tree.
Yeah, I've heard that somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I think that tomatoes will reliably produce something that produces fruit. I'm pretty sure that's my like new thing. I really want tomatoes. Oh, they're self-pollinating.
I think you're right. Yeah, it looks like, according to gardenersworld.com, most tomatoes are self-pollinating, so the offspring will be identical to the parent plant.
Yeah. And there's really fancy ways of taking cuttings from trees that I have not figured out. Yes, the long game. 15, 20 years, they grow. We don't all melt. Avocados, baby. Hell yeah. There is an avocado tree near our house, and I've been very much wanting to steal a cutting from it.
Well, I saw that apparently commercial avocado plants are seeded from cuttings.
Yes, absolutely they are.
The cuttings of one variety are often grafted onto rootstock of another variety to get those commercial avocado trees.
Yes, absolutely. Well, because they don't really have the bandwidth to fuck around.
No, they need to make sure that they'll actually be fruiting trees.
Fruit. Avocados are interesting because they literally would not exist if humans didn't cultivate them.
It's true. They're like
they're dinosaur food.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. But let's talk. Do you have any other plants you want to show us? Let's pull up those pictures.
The pictures. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So these are some outdoor plants that on the left there is it's a fern of some sort that I like. It's pretty. I read though that it's like invasive species, I guess, but it has a.
It's in a pot. It can't invade.
Yeah.
And then on the right there is a columbine plant.
Ooh.
I've been kind of like getting interested in native plants and like pollinators and that kind of thing. And that's one of them that's native to this area. So hopefully that it looks like this one's dealing with the heat a little worse than the others, but hopefully it survives.
Yeah.
What other pollinators and or native plants are you interested? Like, what's your like next one that you kind of have your mind on, your eye on? Look at those! Are those the same ones? Did it grow?
No, these are two others. Okay. On the left is I actually don't know what that is. It's one that I had like a tiny one, and it just keeps growing. And
nice.
I need to figure out how to prune it right because so I don't want to mess that up. And then on the right it's another native plant here, and I can't remember the name. One thing I noticed though too is like where I'm at, it's a lot of like grasses and like tall grass berries is kind of what's native here. So trying to find one that was like relatively short that I could fit in a pot is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Than not.
Interesting.
Are you are you in charge of the lawn that's there? Are you allowed to make changes?
So I'm renting. So that's
okay. Yeah, that's what I've figured. Yeah. I hate lawns.
And this is me planting just kind of a pot with a bunch of flowers in it.
Ooh.
It's so pretty.
Thanks.
Tell me about flowers. Yeah. I have never successfully grown flowers before. It seems they like are they always blooming? Like, tell me about the flowers that you chose, what went into that decision, and how they've been.
Yeah, so I went basically on aesthetics, like what I thought the good color combination would be, which the thing that I've noticed about this, and this is the second year I've done this where I've had a pot like that and put in a bunch of flowers, is that like the timing is kind of interesting because this year they're blooming at different times, and one of them ended up like a lot taller than I expected than the others. So that's one thing it's kind of interesting about them, but. For these are just solely like the colors that I thought went well.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. It's interesting that like thinking about the timing of when they bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I just can't brain. I mean, that's why all of these are just green. Because I was like, I can't brain that yet. And also like, okay, so do these die and then come back? Like, what's their deal?
So I think these are all annual, so I don't think any of these will be coming back.
That's so interesting. So the plant just blooms and then it like does its seed thing, I suppose, and then just fucking dies?
Yeah.
And then like new plants happen, but it's fucking dead?
Wow.
It is. Yeah,
I don't know why I like.
Think about. Yeah, it's
so interesting.
You think about things.
It really does, and I think it's like the investment to put into something so gorgeous and the different types of plants. You know, I'm starting to brain like that. Not all plants are the same. Because
it's something you don't think, like this is going to be a very silly sentence. It's something you don't think about until you think about it.
Until you think about it. With these flowers, so this is the second year that you've done it. Is this a tradition that you're going to keep up? Are these things that you give to people? Or I would fucking give this to like my mom so that it's like a happy Mother's Day. And she'd be like, but they're all going to die. And I'd be like, that's the point.
I haven't thought about giving them to people. That's actually a good idea. But yeah, I think it's something I want to. I mean, it's kind of a good, like, I don't know, marking spring or marking like the seasons. I think it feels like tangible like that. So yeah, I think I want to continue it.
It's so gorgeous. Do you have a favorite of those flowers?
I think the and I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but the little like the short ones that are orange and yellow that look kind of like spongy. I think those are
they a cluster of little blooms?
Yeah.
We had a big bush of that in my childhood home. They're really bushy and they bloom like part of the year, and the fucking things go everywhere, especially if you're a child and you're like, woo! We had a very little backyard lawn, and now it's all wildflowers. It's pretty intense. Wow. Things from the Void, did you do that purposefully? Or was it something that just happened?
Right.
And yeah, tell me about that. These are gorgeous. Are these all the pictures? Yes, more.
So this is the last set.
Okay, this is the same pot 3 months later. So,
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so those two of them grew a lot more than I expected.
They're gorgeous, though.
Yeah.
I love the white ones.
That's kind of part of the surprise, or part of just seeing like the life cycle of them, where some of them very much grew at certain times as opposed to others.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah.
I love those. Are they still alive, or are we past their season now that it's like
Yeah, they're all
heat.
still alive.
Ooh,
I've been
wow.
surprised. I think they're some of them are lasting a little longer than they did last year.
That is gorgeous. Thank you so much for
sharing those.
We got a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of pictures from Potato Molasses.
And I am absolutely astounded. Potato Molasses, if you want to come on and describe these, you are absolutely welcome.
Let me make sure. I posted the link to join in the Projects and Collabs thread, but I'll also send it to you.
But also, if you just want to like type answers, like that is totally cool too, because I just want to ogle these fucking plants. All right, so we got a monster-sized Monstera. And I am ridiculously jealous. I have 2 Monstera plants, and I sacrificed my best leaves to give to my mother and my aunt for Mother's Day.
That was very noble of you.
And they've sprouted because I put them in water. I'm very jealous of those Monsteras. I definitely want to show off mine. They're so gorgeous. They're so huge. Oh, Potato Molasses, I want to hear all about these. Let's go through the slideshow because people need to understand the volume that we're talking about here. Because this is like Pinterest level.
These are so good.
Of gorgeous plantness. Oh, it's so perfect. It's so beautiful. And I want to learn about all of them. I see a Monstera. I see some lovely ferns. I see some succulents. They're all at a window. Bootleg Bart, do you have a particular window or spot that you put the various plants, like based on like afternoon sun, morning sun?
Great question.
South window, east window.
Yeah, so I have a south-facing. Most of my windows face south. I have one that faces east, and it doesn't really get much sunlight. Big old bush right outside my window. So most of them do well with the sun. The palm here, I have to move around sometimes, move it closer and farther away. But most of them, I just put them in like the windowsill facing south, and they.
Nice.
Ooh.
South is a spot that is often recommended.
Interesting.
I think because it doesn't get any like super direct.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Sunlight. These babies I put in the afternoon light. So it's a west facing window and it gets so fucking hot. There's like so much sun on these.
I'm gonna add our new guest in who just joined us. So we can see these plants live.
To the show,
Potatoes Molasses. Hello.
Oh no!
I can't.
You need headphones.
Oh.
Hold on, getting headphones.
All good.
Hell yeah!
Heck yeah!
Hell yeah!
Hello.
Hello.
Yay. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Hello.
I'm gonna guess no.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so jealous of that Monstera. Yeah, only like 2 hours of sun in the morning. I have been trying a Monstera in an east-facing window, and I also have a Monstera in my west-facing window. And it's been super interesting, the different... Oh, we lost Potatoes Molasses. They may come back, but I still want to see all their plants.
Oh, I meant to do this. There we go.
Yes. I have found that my west-facing windows are really good for my succulents, but I have a big philodendron Xanadu, which I would like to show off that I got for free on Facebook Marketplace. Someone's like, it's too big, and it got sunburn.
Yes.
It was too close to the window, and it got freaking sunburn. I was like, what's happening to my goddamn plants? Same with the Monsteras. I had them just like a little too close to the window, and the internet told me I needed to keep them at least 5 feet away. Yeah.
Interesting.
These ones are right up in the sill, though. These ones less.
No, I have a succulent upstairs that needs
Ooh.
nothing wrong with it. So maybe it's, the window a little bit.
Yeah, it could just be the amount of sun.
That could be.
I've definitely.
I'm gonna try to bring in
Potatoes molasses.
Yeah, when my mouse starts working again. There we go. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Can you? Yeah.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yes. It's working.
Yes.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
All good. We had a sandwich
It's
of
a
technical
sandwich.
issues, and we've come out the other side.
And sandwiches are always good. Sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches. I eat them all the time. For my supper, for my lunch. Tell me about your glorious plant collection, potatoes, molasses. There's like heavy, beautiful Pinterest shit going on. I need to know about all of this.
This is very surreal because I never show anyone the plant room, so now it's like to get.
You have a whole room for plants?
Yeah, this is a big. It's very nice to have a room just for plants.
Yeah.
We had very small apartments previously, so they were kind of crunched into the bedroom, but now they get a whole room to themselves.
Ooh. They're gorgeous.
They're so gorgeous. Tell me how do you as a human interact with your plant room? Do you spend time in there doing things like, because just the being around plants and caring for them is really fun and really relaxing and lovely. Do you do other things in the plant room? Oh my God, there's so many goddamn plants.
Yeah, it's very much a hobby unto itself to come in here and like manage all of the plants. Sometimes like my whole day off is just managing the plants, which is very therapeutic and very like calming. And it's all been an experiment for me because I don't have any like training in plants. So it's just like trial and error and time and failures and then trying again with something new.
Heck yes. Ooh, the larger of the cats love that room.
Yeah,
yes.
The cats like it.
Tell me, what was the first plant? I love that. Gatsby has a chair.
The first plant is probably the same one that you guys were talking about.
Heck yes!
I got it as a cutting from a neighbor at our old apartment.
Ooh.
And I slowly grew it from, like you said, from water. Gave some away. It's been evolving.
Tell me how you got it that full. So basically, like with these cuttings from the philodendron, one of them I got from IKEA. So the IKEA one is this one.
Oh.
And what they did with the pot is like, it almost feels like they had a bunch of cuttings and then they just stuck a bunch into the soil to make it like look really filled out. So there's like, you know, one or two leaves. Is that what is done to make the pot that full? And then, you know, each individual one kind of grows their little vines?
Yeah, I had one long vine and I just cut it into many small pieces and then put those all in one pot together.
Nice. Okay. That is very interesting. Because I was like, how do I do?
Yeah. Once one of these gets really long, I'll just cut it in between the two and stick those in water, let the nodes grow into roots, and then put those all together in one big pot.
That is super fun. Anyone who's interested in plants, I have found a lot of success with these babies.
Big recommend for those. They're very easy and they grow really fast.
Basically, you want any piece that has this little like bridgey bit. Like this is a little bridgey bit. That's like a node. This is a little bridgey bit. That's the node. All you need is to include that part, and then that's where new growth will appear. And you just put the bottom in water and you put that in the sun. Having the water be warm was like wild. How fast it happened. Tell me about these other plants.
I really like the Monstera, but it's growing very quickly and it kind of just takes over the whole room.
How are you getting it to grow this fast? Tell me your Monstera facts. I need every Monstera tip.
I was so nervous when I bought one that it was going to die, and it's been really easy. It's just it just keeps growing without really any intervention from me.
You just water it?
Yeah, I've just been watering it, and I've given it I don't know if you can see, there's like a stick in the middle that I wrapped like some, it was actually like the liner for a hanging pot. I just wrapped it around a dowel rod. Like they sell
nice,
things,
like a moss pole.
yeah, like a moss pole. So it's been growing up that, and that's pretty much all. My other favorite are these moss balls. I don't know if you'll be able to see them in this lighting.
Oh my God. I need to know everything.
They look fantastic and they're really easy. You just have to change the tap water. And they love the dark and they love cold. So even if you don't have a window, you can still grow these.
Oh my
They grow
God.
really, really slowly. I've had those for a couple of years and they've only grown like a little smidge bigger.
Oh.
Where did you get them from? Like a plant store?
I got them from Etsy, but I don't know if you can still get them online anymore because there was an issue with them being contaminated with zebra mussels. So I don't know if you can get them from the internet. But you can get them from plant stores. I mean, aquarium stores.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because people use them for freshwater aquariums for their fish. So if you've got
This
some
makes
type of an
sense.
aquarium store nearby, they might have them. They're called like Morimo moss balls.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like you castrated a mermaid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they are.
I jumped to tribbles.
I know, but also show us these glorious plants.
I don't recommend that anyone get a fiddly fig. It's just
Okay.
constantly trying to die.
Yes?
It's never happy. It's always
Is it fiddly?
Yeah.
I really wanted one of those. Kitty!
She doesn't like phone speakers, so she's coming in to yell at me.
Oh my God, they did?
Apparently
don't
zebra
know.
mussels took over Lake Michigan.
That's wild.
I don't know what this is, but it does well. My mom gave me a little piece of it.
Oh.
It's kind of in between a succulent. It's like a very thick leaf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like a snake plant.
Yeah, I have one snake
Oh.
plant. I'm not sure what it's doing over here. I got it from this little short part has never grown. It's just
Huh.
grown this one long piece.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Oh
I
my
also don't know
God.
what this is, but I love it. It does very well. Very thick leaves.
Ooh.
I found
Yeah.
the thicker the leaf, the easier it is to take care of. Anything that's really thin tends to dry out quickly and be like very finicky.
Interesting.
Very
That makes
interesting.
sense,
I
but
have
wow.
found that as well.
Yeah.
Those
So
are
like this is a
gorgeous.
Christmas cactus.
Ah.
It always blooms in the winter and it does pretty well.
Does it? Wait, it has flowers?
Yeah, big red flowers.
Ooh.
Like they're very long, kind of like dragon-looking flowers.
Thick leaves.
This is a string
Whoa.
of turtles. I like this a lot.
That is
Yeah.
gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I have had a lot of interesting work with this string of bananas.
Ooh, yeah.
I have one downstairs that I am growing, that I grew from cuttings from this one, and it's fucking fat. Like, those leaves are fat. This one is definitely like needs to be repotted. They're much smaller, and it just like it wants to grow really bad. But it just can't. So I was thinking it could be Barbie hair or Barbie spooky legs or Barbie arm. We'll see later.
We'll see how you repot it.
But these were online. It said that these were like the easier version of those string of things
Interesting.
plants, and that string of turtles and string of pearls are a lot more fiddly.
Oh yeah. This is new for me, so I don't know how it's gonna go. This string of turtles I just got a couple
gorgeous,
weeks ago.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Got some cactuses.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
This is also pretty new. I don't know. a little environment for the cactuses.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's hard to get in
Did
frame.
you put that environment together?
Yes.
Ooh.
I got
Tell me
it
about
from-
doing that. Tell me about the soil, the choices, where you put them.
I got this pot from Goodwill for $1.
Oh,
And it's like, I also really like pottery, and it's like handmade pottery, so that was a
I love
plus.
that.
I used a cactus premix from, what's it called, Miracle Grow?
Oh, yeah.
And then I just
Nice.
added a little bit more perlite. I added a
Yeah.
little bit more sand to make it sure it was good for cactus and succulents. And then I placed them and added rocks. This is new, so I don't know how it's going to go.
Cute.
Cool.
I love it. It's gorgeous. Ooh.
There's a pitcher plant that eats the fungus flies that I definitely have.
Okay, whoa, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. I need to know everything about this plant because I need 20 of them.
We do need them because from when we were downstairs,
Tell me everything.
we got mushrooms.
Yeah, I just got it earlier this summer, and I put it in this pot to keep it moist, so like the water is always
Oh, okay.
Oh.
it's always super wet. It needs to be really wet because it's like a very moist, loving plant.
Yeah.
Interesting, because that was like the death of all my other plants. When I learned that you're supposed to dump out the water in the tray, it like changed everything.
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive that it wants to be wet.
Right?
I added rocks so there wouldn't be so much wet soil for the fungus flies to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of each little pitcher, there's some fungus gnats.
It's
They're just like-
chomping.
It holds water, and then the enzymes in the water dissolve the bugs.
Have you found that it helps your fungus fly situation?
I'm not sure how it would be without the plant. If there's a definite improvement. I haven't had that big of an issue with it in the past. I've just noticed that the few that do show up have been in the pitcher plant now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a great success.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that needs to hang out with my avocados.
Yes.
Yeah. You could try it. It could work.
Yeah. What kind of soil is in that thing? Did it come with it, or was that something that you had to put together?
I just used the Miracle Grow potting
Nice.
mix. I didn't really have anything special for it.
Yeah. I mean, for something that needs moisture, that sounds like perfect.
I also recommend ZZ plant if someone's new, because it has like tubers in the soil that hold on to moisture, so you don't have to water it very much. And it's got very like glossy, beautiful leaves.
Oh, cool.
What is the name of this plant?
ZZ, Z-I-Z-I.
A ZZ plant. That's
I
gorgeous.
found this one in the garbage.
What?
Someone had thrown away like 3 plants because that there were like some dead branches in each pot. So I just took all the good ones and put them together. And it's been doing well since. That was maybe 2 years ago.
So you sort of like you cut them off and propagated them?
I just like broke apart the dirt and the roots of each of them.
Okay.
Took out the best ones and put them together.
Nice. I haven't tried that kind of propagating yet. We have one plant that propagates that way where you have to like break apart like and take out like everything with the roots. Not touching it.
Yeah. It's scary when it's happening. But it's nice when it works out.
Yeah. Especially one from the trash. A trash plant. It's our new mascot. The trash plant. The glorious ZZ plant. Ooh, what's that guy?
I don't really remember. I think it's called a raindrop or teardrop something, but it's one of my favorites. I just, again, like a thicker leaf is a little easier, does well. This is not doing great, but it has a lot of babies.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Strawberry begonia.
Strawberry begonia.
It's not really a begonia, but they call it that. That's like its it's like nickname.
Yeah.
What's its deal?
It's like a ground cover plant. So when you put it in hanging fixture, it like drops the babies down on little strings, which is nice.
That is wild. Wait, so it's growing up here and then it drops its babies, so then you have to, in order for the babies to become mature, do you need to like replant those, or would they become mature in the air?
Not sure. When they get big in the air, I cut them off and I put them in smaller pots.
Ooh.
Oh.
And like that's not doing so well, but they're still like kind of rooting. So I'm hoping that that'll become more adult plants.
Nice. Those are gorgeous. They look like cool little alien pods.
Yeah. This is a rubber tree plant.
Oh, how's that?
Oh.
I've heard a lot about these.
A little unmanageable because it's so big. Like,
whoa.
It just keeps going upwards, and then its own weight makes it fall over, and then I keep trying to tie it to these rods to get it to stay straight. But I really should be cutting it and propagating it, but I just never get around to it.
Do you primarily do water propagation?
I don't have a lot of experience, but when I have tried it, I've always tried the water.
Hi, Nate. Yeah, that's how I've at least, except for these succulents.
Right.
It's all been water propagation. This guy, I just was on the street. There's like, you know, gardens, not gardens, but like plants outside on the public sidewalk. And I guess they're cared for by some neighbors because I see like random old ladies gardening in them on occasion, and they just will leave the cuttings out on the street. And I'm like, I wonder what will happen. And it got fucking roots.
It got big. Yeah, it grew.
It got roots and new growth.
Yeah.
I'm astounded. But I guess that when I was looking it up, like, I guess that what I also could have done is just stick it right in moist soil, which I think I'm going to do with my new avocado. Just because I want it to be a fruit, you know? And it will definitely need to be in soil to fruit. But I was thinking that I hate those mites so much, I might just keep all my plants in water.
Were they spider mites? Did they have like small little like spider webs?
No.
No.
I think they're fungus mites or fungus flies. I'm pretty sure that they're fungus flies. I didn't put very much perlite in the soil for the avocados. I just used like the mix, and I think it just holds on to a little too much moisture. I also didn't stack the bottom with rocks, which is something I did for my monstera that has a new leaf. It unraveled over the course of the day yesterday.
I love that. I love watching how each one has its new leaf. Like the monstera, like you said, completely unspinning. Or the string of turtles, it just grows really, really small leaves that then get bigger, which is unusual. Like to watch the tiny leaf get bigger versus like a full leaf.
It's kind of like this one too. It's sort of every spot that you cut it, it branches off into two. So this is a spot that I propagated. And it's really cute because it like just kind of grows these little bitty bits that get big, and then like more vine and more little bitty ones. And I'm like, whoa, it's kind of hard to brain it, you know?
Yeah.
Because we think like stems, you know? Oops.
The ZZ plant, an entire stem grows out of these like nodes with all of the leaves already like grown inside of the node.
Wow! Wait, so the node just opens one day and it's a whole plant?
I don't know if you can see from but it bursts out of this, and each one of these little flaps are another leaf. Like the whole stem grows all together.
Oh my god!
instead of one leaf at a time, it's like one entire stalk at a time.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh my God. Wild. Wild. Oh my goodness. Do you have any other, ooh.
Oh.
What's this, friend? That is some sick fucking color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what this one is called either.
It's so pretty.
It's so beautiful.
I love how it's like kind of reddish on top and then like green underneath.
Yeah.
We have a rattlesnake plant that Forrest's mom really kindly gifted to us because I saw hers and was like, I love it. Can I propagate it? And then I like Googled and it's like you would have to take apart the whole fucking plant. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fuck up your plant. Like, and so she got us one and it's red on the bottom and green on top.
I think this is related to rattlesnake plant.
Yeah, that looks related for sure. It has the same really pretty darker green markings on the top part. Yeah, mine is super similar. It's just that the leaf shape is a little bit like more like a snake plant and a little redder underneath. It's definitely related.
Absolutely.
What is that really pretty tree in the corner? That the other corner? How do I spin in the other direction? More. I'm just gonna see your whole house. More. That one in that corner.
This?
Yes, it looks like a maple or something.
It's a miniature umbrella tree.
It's so pretty. Wow. Tell me everything. Where did you find this one?
I think I got it at Aldi. Years ago. I had a different one that was doing really well, and then it got spider mites, and I tried to treat the spider mites, and I killed it. Because I used like a homemade mixture of oil, and it just like starved it, and it died. So then I got another one that's like not exactly the same. This one's got like much duller leaves. The other one had very glossy leaves. But I think it's
still so pretty though.
Yeah.
Tell me about the light in this room. I'm sure that you picked this to be your plant room because there is light. Is it east facing? Is it west facing? How did you choose where to place your plants?
I think it's west facing, but like this window is at least, and then it has a side window.
Ooh, okay. We got like our afternoon light, but also our like more general bright indirect light. Apparently bright indirect light. I had to fucking Google this because I'm like, all these don't
plants.
tell me to put this in bright indirect light and not tell me what the fuck that means. Apparently it means that it casts a shadow, but that shadow is indistinct. So it's bright, like you can see everything, but any shadow that is cast is just kind of like fluffy rather than like a strong shadow. If it's a strong shadow, then that's bright direct light.
It's interesting that that's how you judge it. Like, it makes sense. It's just interesting.
Or that's at least the version that stuck in my brain.
Right.
I'm sure there's other ways.
Yeah, Trillis Pug saying...
It's bright and indirect. It's in the name.
Yeah, I've never heard that description before.
I was like, what the hell are they asking me to do? It was because one of my avocados got sunburned. And I was like,
what were you like?
Let's I wanna do a plant tour. I wanna show some of these plants. Forrest, how are we gonna do this?
You'll have to join on your phone.
Okay.
Or a laptop.
I'm gonna do it.
You won't be able to see comments, but
That's okay.
Pop them up for you while you're going around so you can see them on the screen.
Yes, I'm so excited.
How's your battery? Oh, that looks fine.
Yes.
I'll send you.
Do you have plants in other parts of your house?
Yeah. The link is in the thread. Sorry.
I have plants outside.
Oh.
I don't know if the internet is as good in the backyard, but I can try.
Fair enough.
Oh, but we're going out to see.
Yeah, I want to see these outdoor plants. I don't have any I put my avocados outside, but like, I haven't ventured into that yet.
Yeah, we're mobile now.
We're going mobile.
So This whole row is sunflowers.
Whoa!
I love sunflowers. Did you plant them from a seed or did you like get them partial?
Me and my roommates planted them from seed, and we're like very surprised and very lucky that they worked at all. Like we weren't really sure because they've only got like a little bit of dirt, like 5 inches of dirt between like our sidewalk, the neighbor's sidewalk, and the fence.
Oh my goodness. So you put the seeds like just directly in the dirt that's right there?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
And just crossed our fingers. One of my roommates works at Starbucks, so we took some of the coffee grounds that were spent.
Oh!
And
Yes.
that too.
To fertilize, right?
Yeah. This all looks like chaos, but it's tomato plants.
Oh, cool.
We
How
just
did
like haven't
tomatoes
been
grow?
weeding.
What is your climb?
What do you mean?
Sorry, I just really like that word.
What's your climate?
What climate are you in? Like
We're in
Northwest?
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay. Really bright, hot summers, humid.
Yeah, very
and then fucking cold. So do all these die in the winter?
This is our first time having an outdoor space, so I'm not sure what's going to happen in the winter. I assume it'll all die.
Yeah.
These are pepper plants.
Ooh.
We have bell peppers and serrano peppers. I've never done peppers before.
That's so
Peppers,
cool.
I've seen often mentioned in the same article that I look up about tomatoes.
Which is that there's some of the more manageable vegetable plants, or
Yeah, that they're like, oh, if you're gonna like try blah blah blah, like blah 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 blah. All right, buddies, I'm going mobile.
okay. Emily's going second unit.
Second unit.
There's Emily Pineapple, second unit.
So much mobile camera work.
Yeah. And Emily getting farther from our microphones to avoid the feedback that she's getting.
Oh look, it's facing me, not outward. That's a okay. Oh, pretty potato molasses. So here is my East Monstera. I call it the East Monstera because it faces the morning sun. And it actually gets pretty bright indirect light all day and a couple hours of more direct sun in the morning.
Emily, your audio is cutting in and out.
Well, that sucks.
That came through clear. Maybe try refreshing and just seeing if that helps.
Yeah, let me do a thing.
Oh, those strawberries?
Yeah, I've never grown
Oh.
strawberries either. We're just trying.
Math
Pretty
Blank was
small.
asking, if your room gets really dry in the winter and if the plants are having trouble with the low humidity. But
October, so they were in there all winter, and it seemed to be fine. Like
Oh, cool.
the amount of light seemed to be okay for them, even
Yeah.
though it was dry from the heater, and now dry from air conditioning, and they still seem fine.
good.
This is the newest leaf. It unraveled like yesterday, and it's a different color. Because like when they first appear, it's a lighter green, and that's really fun. This guy is curling, right? And I was like, why the fuck is it curling? It was dry as fuck. So I added water, and literally this thing popped out in a day. Isn't that wild?
Can you show it off one more time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, now I made it bigger, so I wanted you to be able, people to be able to see it with more close up. Okay.
Yeah, with one
Curling
plant last
from
year.
underwater. And I figured it had to be underwatering rather than overwatering. I hadn't watered it. So. Oh, and here are the Barbies.
So that's what Emily will be trying to repot her plants into.
These are a bunch.
Oh, your internet is cutting out, Emily.
We're just gonna look. Here we go. Cactus.
And there's the perlite.
Oh. I added some orchid mix to the top.
Oh yeah, she added some orchid mix to the top. Hot the cat. She's repotting plants into Barbies.
Yeah.
Emily, when you get to the living room, maybe use your switch to your laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Gatsby. Oh, cat. 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 Oh, come on, mouse. Cat. Trillis Pug asking if those are their Barbies.
No. Yes, actually. They are. There's the IKEA one.
Yeah, there's one of our. Oh!
And here are the avocado.
Yeah, there's one of the avocados. I think it's another avocado.
I cut this one, and I think it's gonna die. Like, it started getting Barbie, but I think it's ooh, you see all the little buttons? The coffee.
Yeah, there's the coffee plant.
I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Another.
There's another avocado. Oh, Emily, Hot the Cat is asking if you started those from pits.
Yes, I did. And I have a pit. Oh, we're gonna try and escape. None of that.
Hot the Cat thinks that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Now, so here is my pit.
Oh yeah, you've been keeping the pits with like moist paper towels.
Well, this is like
Or moist towels.
But that's because I'm like about to this guy. He has a stick.
Just until you are ready to plant them, or does that do something to them?
It causes them to. It helps them sprout these things. So once things sprout and like, it kind of cracks open, you can either stick it in water, which is what I did with the other one, and then put it in soil, or just put it directly in soil. What I want to do with this plant, given other one.
What did you want to do with it?
Put it in soil
Put it in soil directly. Okay. I'm translating as your audio is cutting in and out, just so you understand why I'm double checking with you.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the rattlesnake.
Yes.
Yeah.
More cutting.
Yeah, I also really like the rattlesnake. And yeah, there's
My turkey banana.
so yeah, there's the bananas, which Emily was talking about earlier, and showing off how big they've gotten.
Like they are meat.
I think you said they're meaty bananas. There's a monstera. Emily, I don't think I can really understate how much your audio is cutting out now. And there's Gatsby contemplating getting outside, but realizing he can't, so just sniffing around. And Emily, if you want to keep doing a plant tour, I would recommend switching to your laptop.
Whoa. Do you know what that one is called?
Philodendron Anadu.
Okay.
And it's so pretty. Yeah. It grows basically like sprouts.
Oh, hi, things from the void.
Must go. Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe. Oh, with off this one, I'm gonna cut off.
You're gonna cut that one off because you think it's not doing well, or?
I think it's dead. Basically, once the guy on the cut him off, like, and then this is like from this one I cut off.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
off with the new growth.
With the new growth, right?
Yeah. Off. But yeah, I'm gonna come back up and get the Barbie.
You're gonna come back up and get the Barbies to start repotting them.
Yes. Old our messy.
Okay.
Can I ask Bootleg Bart a question about peace lilies?
Yeah.
I have a peace lily, but it's constantly getting brown tips.
Guess which dumb bitch accidentally?
Oh, I explained that Emily that you accidentally
This dumb
ended the
bitch.
broadcast, but now I'm gonna delete some video to free up space. But welcome back. I can't believe you accidentally ended it from the phone.
Oh my
That's
God.
impressive.
I didn't realize that I could end it from the phone.
Yeah, because you're signed in as an admin. So you have full powers and privileges.
And I just used the link instead of signing in.
Because it remembers you. It like knows that you're signed in. That's really funny. I agree. There should be more of a confirmation of this will end it for everyone.
Yeah, like it's not just you leaving the goddamn studio.
Funny. But welcome back.
Welcome back.
Emily has brought her repotting supplies over here so that we can repot here. Oops.
Yeah, we got Bart. I know, right? Oops, all ending show. I have a soil mix here.
Oh, wow.
That is mostly that cactus citrus palm soil with a ton of perlite in it. Perlite is like, what is it? It's like some kind of volcanic rock. It like, yeah, it like basically it adds more pockets of air to the soil so that it doesn't stay as wet. And my goal is
Oh yeah, what was the answer about the brown tips? We couldn't really make out what you were saying down there.
Yeah, so I said that was either too much or too little water.
Yeah.
That was kind of what I was talking about earlier with Google.
Oh right, because that was when right when you
Yes.
cut it off.
Yeah, with the philodendron, the way that one works is that the old leaves just die and you have to cut them off. And then the new leaves like just continue from like a different part of it. And it was really freaking struggling when I got it. So that was one of the old leaves. It's also one that I sunburned.
That plant?
Yeah. But I'm probably going to cut that one off. I don't know why it got brown tips.
Interesting.
But the new growth doesn't have brown tips. So I think that I have it an appropriate distance from the window now. We'll see.
Yeah.
But these are my Barbies that I was going to do something weird with.
Which were, as Trillis Pug pointed out,
Yes.
their Barbies
Yes.
that they gave to you. But you told them what you were doing with
Yeah.
it, so they know.
They gave them to me on purpose.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to donate these or throw them away, or do you want to do something fucking
And then
weird
you
with
decided
them?
plants.
And I was like, I would like to do something strange.
What inspires
Yes.
you to want to do the plants in these?
I don't know. I guess just being myself.
That's fair. I mean, that's a fair answer.
I had some in the East Monstera. I have some doll legs that I just stuck in there. Yeah, it's for the aesthetic. One of the plants I got, one of the Monsteras, the person had crystals sitting on top. It had like rose quartz and something else, and I was like, now that is fucking cute.
Exactly.
Like, that is chic. That belongs on Pinterest.
That belongs in
so
a
I
museum.
started putting shit like in the soil. Yeah, like it's a freaking. Show to us. Show to us.
Yes.
Show.
I have charms for good luck. This is a ET for good luck.
Of course.
I love that.
He brings plants back to life.
Yeah.
Mr. Big sitting in a chair for good luck.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Like, I totally agree that somehow just, like, putting little things next to plants somehow, like, has some power, some
It has!
good vibes.
It absolutely does. I have, in this one, I have this pretty crystal, and then I have these little doll hands.
Let's zoom in on the doll hands.
That broke off, so I...
Hold them up again.
Little doll hands, like little porcelain hands. So I stuck them in the soil like they were reaching up around the crystal. We can't really see it. Oh, a cute little donkey!
Oh.
A donkey guy!
This one needs a lot of help, so he got a little mushroom.
Oh!
I love that mushroom.
That is cute.
The dollar store usually has, like, fairy garden stuff in the summer.
Oh.
So I
That's a good
got
point.
those, and also very tiny gnomes.
Oh.
Show the gnomes!
I don't remember
you have
which plant
gnomes.
has a gnome in it.
Show us the gnomes!
I think
We
the
must
living room plant has a gnome in it.
We miss the gnome.
So, what I was thinking with these little Barbies, I have like some little pots. I was thinking that she needed like
Oh, gnome. Gnome sighting.
Oh, gnome!
Oh, wow.
Gnome sighting!
That is a tiny gnome.
He's so cute! Oh my god! I love him.
I hate to
love
keep
him.
distracting Emily, but after
No,
the
it's-
Batman discussion, I wanted to also say that
Oh, wow.
Oh, incredible.
What an incredible gallery wall.
Incredible.
Are
I
you
love
familiar with the Haunted Mansion at Disney?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the stretch portraits, but with
Oh, shit!
Batman characters.
Oh,
shit. I hated those stretch portraits.
Cool.
Those just scared the living crap out of me. I don't know why.
Wait, can I-
Oh, wow. Oh, Nightwing.
Oh my god! I love it! The Bat Fam!
Oh.
Yes! Oh my god!
I love that.
Oh my god. Obsessed. I am obsessed.
It's very strange because I've been watching stuff on Planet Scum since like the beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and you guys are like celebrities to me, so I'm kind of like starstruck and nervous.
Oh my god.
I
Potato
can't believe I'm actually
molasses.
talking to Emily and Forrest.
Oh my god, you are too sweet.
Yeah.
Know that you too have a parasocial persona in my mind
Nice.
that I think of when I think of all you guys.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, my friends that I like don't
Yeah.
really know.
Like I
But they're,
loved,
like,
I
my
loved,
friends.
I've loved everything that's been sent our way that you've made. It's
Yes.
been so
Oh
cool.
my goodness. So my thought with this, and I would love both of your input.
Yeah, exactly, Mike.
So, we're seeing you. I know, it's so cool. So I was thinking I would fill her up with dirt, and that this leg hole, like, would be a good drainage point. But that I would also stick some of these in so that she would sort of be standing up and she would have bananas coming out of both of these holes and perhaps the head, or I would put one of these little guys in her head. That's pretty ambitious.
Do you think you can get the dirt to stay in through without even with this hole here?
These are important questions. So we'll see. I'm glad I brought this big bucket over so that I can, like, kind of
I should have
fill
had
her up.
I
Like,
should have set up the second camera.
That's okay.
So that we could be right over. Oh, I know.
Yeah, you can second unit.
I'll second unit it just with no audio so that you can see filling in.
So, ooh, I got like most of her leg. So my thought, the string of bananas is really nice. It has been growing really well and really easily, and you just kind of stick it in a hole and it roots. Maybe a little mesh in the bottom leg hole. Yeah. Probably. I'm wondering if the string of bananas itself could act as like a bit of a plug.
My concern was more about keeping the dirt in before the banana gets it.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right that the banana could.
Yeah, but I think that I'll put the banana in. So as you can see, I got a bit of dirt. Ooh, no!
Did you just break her?
I broke her! Whatever, that's more drainage. That was the leg I was gonna stick in the dirt anyways.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm like, it's gonna work! Okay, so I have most of her leg filled with this stuff, and then I'm kind of like at the point with the hole where I think that I need to put the banana in, right? And then fill up the rest of it. Or should I? Well, because no, then
this
it'll
isn't
come out
working.
of the
This is getting an echo now. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to
So
turn
let me
her like
see.
this so that both of the holes are facing up. So I can kind of fill her all the way and it won't spill out until I put the bananas in. Is what I think.
I mean, that seems like a good plan. So right now you're pouring it in. Okay.
Yeah. Have either of you ever done something like this? Have you, like using sort of irregular objects?
No. I'm totally rooting for you, and I'm hoping that this works. But if it doesn't work, you could try it with an air plant, because those don't need any dirt at all.
Oh.
That's why.
That's a good idea.
Yes. That would
I haven't
look
had very much
extremely
luck
cool.
with air plants. The couple that I've bought have like immediately dried out.
Oh no.
That was mine dried out after a while. But
forgetting to water
me
it.
forgetting to water it because
It's a little bit intensive to water them.
I was good
Because
when
you
it was
have
at
to
my desk
soak
in the
them.
office, and then it ended up behind a like sort of just not immediately directly in my eye line and 20 all of the time.
Yeah, I've heard people say that you like soak them. So I was trying to soak it and then forgot and soaked it all night, and then it died.
Oh yeah.
No! They're like more finicky.
I did have more luck soaking them than spraying mine.
Oh yeah.
And it was like in a glass office, so it was definitely getting a lot of light. But yeah, I definitely had more luck because I soaked mine a little bit at first, and it was like I thought it was too much, and then I started spraying it, and it was not enough. Okay, so now you're trying to tamp the dirt in.
I mean, I have to leave like, space to get
for the plant.
to get my bananas in, and then I'll like maybe put in more soil. So here we're at like most of the areas of her are full of dirt now.
Yes.
And I have this little thing filled with soil, which it probably doesn't need to be, but I was thinking I would stick her up right in it.
Well, and you could then plant other things around her feet.
Ooh.
So things could sprout around her too.
Because I know that like a torso is gonna have to sit in a pot.
Oh, for sure.
And I was thinking with the legs, there just isn't that much dirt space. So I feel like that might be the perfect air plant one.
Yeah.
Because then she could just like stand and be legs. Because I was thinking like this, but then like what is the plant? Like, is it just the core, which is fine.
Which is fine, of course, but it
I was
does
thinking
feel
it would be fun to like somehow like have this thing growing out.
You can get that to work. That'd be awesome.
Right?
It does feel like
just
you're a
don't know
wholesome
that there's
Sid from
enough.
Toy Story.
The line between wholesome Sid from Toy Story and not wholesome Sid from Toy Story is very thin.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna cut these. I'm just gonna cut a couple of these. I'm just gonna pick my like longer branches.
Okay.
This one has 2 coming out.
That does look like a pretty good branch from my untrained eye.
So I just kind of cut it, and I'll take off like some of the bottom leaves. I'm not entirely sure how these propagate, because the way that I have propagated them is by sticking part of it into the soil and then it grew.
I mean, I think that's...
So it might be, well, in that there might be like another way to propagate them, but I was thinking I would just...
So these are banana leaf plants, right?
No.
No, okay.
These are a string of bananas.
String of bananas.
So I guess I need to take off more of these. Maybe it doesn't need to be this long. Maybe I should have cut it way shorter.
I think, I mean, according to succulentplantcare.com, the 3 ways to propagate it are, that's one of them.
Oh, good.
The first method is just stick cuttings in soil as you're doing. The second is to lay them on the soil.
Okay.
And the third is water propagation. So
okay, buds, check this out. Okay. The stem of it is partially in this leg.
Oh,
and it's
good
upright,
start.
And it's sort of staying. So I think I need to add like way more legs. Oh no, it fell out. So perhaps I'll cut them first and then stick them in.
Right.
So I'll pick some more long boys.
Also, I just saw it, so thank you for the Prime subscription, Blogtoven.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I don't entirely know what that means.
It
but
means
I
that he had a by being a Prime member, you get a free subscription that you can just give to Twitch people.
Oh, what does
not
that
free.
mean?
It gets us like a small amount of money, I think.
Oh, cool.
So thank you.
Look, we're playing the long game here, just like with the avocados.
Also,
in 10 years, we'll buy a cup of coffee.
While you're showing that off, I want to show off some messages we received from Math Blank and Tinnifer.
Oh, hell yes!
We got photos of their plants. And yeah, that's true. Blogtoven points out their subscription usually went to Planet Scum.
Yeah.
Which is it? All right, so here's the first photos. And these are look at this. This is just beautiful.
Oh my god.
And these are string of turtles.
I mean, the photo is glorious.
Yeah, it's also just a beautiful photo as well. And then here's the first, and then here's another farther out angle.
Ooh.
And then here's a zoomed out even more version of their setup where you can see they're in a light box.
That's
nice.
so cool.
Which is so cool.
What type of light box and why? Why the light box? I keep saying the word propagate, and I know that's not the right word, but it's kind of the right word. Like, what propagated your decision to get one? God.
What led to your decision? Why did you want to get a light box, or why did you want to get a string of turtles?
The light box.
Okay.
For why? We're in a basement. Yes.
So it's a light box with LED grow lights. That's very clever.
Okay. So with that kind of gardening, do you it's a specific type of light?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, I suppose I should know this. I've been to weed growers, but I wasn't paying that much attention.
Seen the indoor greenhouses that people make out of IKEA cabinets?
Yeah.
What?
That's my dream.
They're very cool.
What?
You just get like a glass IKEA cabinet and they line it with grow lights.
LED.
Yeah, they're full spectrum LEDs, and also they protect from the cat.
Like LED light. Oh, wise. That was something I was worried about because some of these plants, including Monstera, are toxic to kitty cats.
And cats.
And dogs. So if your cat eats plants.
Right, so it mimics the sunlight by giving most light spectrum. That makes a lot of sense.
So like were you to like sit under it for long enough, you would get a sunburn. Am I correct? Is that like
Probably
if
right?
it's full
like
spectrum,
if it's full spectrum, if it's like UV, I'm gonna go get a little cup of water. so I can wet some of this and hopefully it will stay better.
One of those hydroponic, like little garden boxes that's back there in my kitchen, but to try to grow some lettuce, and it had those UV lights, and it had a setting for vegetables versus fruit, and I don't know how much of a difference that made.
Interesting. I wouldn't have. It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought about there needing to be separate fruit and vegetable settings, but that is really interesting.
Oh.
And Matt Blank says, in theory, you would probably get a sunburn.
Okay.
It's not. They're probably not strong enough, but in theory, yes.
I mean, I like theory.
During my tour, I forgot the toad.
The toad!
A beautiful toad.
I love that toad. I wish I was Frog, because then I could be that toad's friend. I love that. Okay, so Emily is now coming with a squirt bottle, not only a cup of water, a full-on squirt bottle.
Squirt, baby! This was previously, and by previously I mean just now, filled with like alcohol and
for cleaning
ink. For not for cleaning.
Oh, for the spray on the
for crafts.
Yeah, for the crafts for it. Because Emily's working on the place cards for our friend's wedding.
So yeah, did I make a bunch of extra work for myself that was completely unnecessary because my brain was like, no, but I promise it'll look so much better, and then realized that I only have like 2 days to do it, and so I'm in more of danger of letting down my best friend than I would be if I gave her slightly uglier cards.
Yes, very much so. But they'll look very nice for the Victorian garden party. But so now you're spraying it to try to get the dirt to stay more, or to try to get the plant to stay into the dirt?
Kind of both.
Okay.
Like, because you do have to keep it like kind of moist until it roots. I have found that they root pretty quickly, and then after that point, they definitely don't need like as much water. But this is absolutely kind of working. Like, look at these fucks. Like, they're in there.
I mean, they're definitely in there. It seems like
it's working.
It does seem like it's working.
Can you hear my astonishment?
I'm trying to get a closer zoom so people can see the detail work that's going on.
Okay.
Oh, it really wants to fall.
I need like a rock to...
Oh, this was the part I was unsure about, was the balance.
Right?
That's fair.
Oh, yep, and there's a bunch that just fell right on out.
It almost feels like you would want to tie it to a stick or something to keep it upright.
Right? Or maybe more rocks. Maybe just rocks. I don't have any rocks.
There's no rocks in your soil mix?
There's no rocks in my soil mix. There's only
soil.
The rock of God.
Oh, Past Cool says this is modern art. Thank you, Past Cool. And welcome, since it looks like this is your first time chatting.
Welcome.
We're trying to replant a string of bananas in a Barbie. And then also at the top of the hour, it'll be another show called Missed Calls with the Former Randoms, where the Former Randoms of the Planet Scum Community Discord will answer voicemails that they've received over the week.
I'm going to find a rock.
And while Emily's looking for that rock, I'm actually going to play a trailer for a show I'm producing this Saturday that I'm really excited for with a bunch of really cool comedians. So here's that. back, and Emily's returning with what are that wire?
So this is
right.
part of a doll holder.
Yes.
It goes like this, and there's like a base to it. So I was like thinking like maybe I'll put this in a bigger pot and let her lean on that. I also have this wire crow that I was thinking of like having these grow through.
That would be cool.
I will probably damage the plants attempting it. All right. A little bit bigger.
I was going to recommend the dollar store again for rocks, because you can get a small bag
Yeah.
for like decorating or like vase, you know, people do flower arrangements or whatever. Because the only other place I could think of to get rocks is like a hardware store, and then you need like a large bag. So if you wanted just a small bag for plants, dollar stores usually got it.
That is very good advice. I didn't realize you could get rocks at the dollar store. Okay, so I stuck my little thing in, and now it's hanging out in the back, and I'm gonna damp the soil a little bit so that it's like kind of less flying everywhere.
Right.
This is the benefit of me doing my like crafts
zooming
that
in.
have to look nice, not in the super hot studio, because now it's super hot and full of dirt.
Right.
Okay. So she's leaning.
Yes.
She's here.
She's leaning. She's there though.
She's here. Maybe I tie her up.
See, that's what I was thinking. Is like sort of how you will often.
She's actually like kind of balancing way better in this deeper pot.
And I think, well, I also, yeah, she's not even on. Like you
Yeah,
can't really
she's-
see from the front, but she's not even on the support. This is pure Barb.
This is all
she just
her.
broke.
She just broke.
I
Her
just
leg
heard a
just broke.
crack in the leg, but that
that's
doesn't
okay.
necessarily matter right now.
Yeah, because she's going in this soil.
Yes.
And the soil, like this soil isn't where the things are growing, so I'm fine to pat it down, and then I'll probably put some rocks in there to make her a little more stable. But ha 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 ha. Leg. What are your wildest plant stories? Do you have any wild plant stories? Like a plant that just like would not fucking live, or like grew way too much, or you're trying to get a plant from a person, that person's friggin' nuts.
Ooh.
Or, you know. Do you have any? I think we got a pretty good one with the trash.
Finding
plants.
one in the trash is great. So you're threading it in now, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of shoving it in there and hoping.
I guess I have one that's like just refusing to live.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Is that why?
Yes.
I think it's called a snow something. It's kind of like a bonsai,
Yeah.
but half of it is constantly dead and the other half is constantly like slowly coming back and then dying again.
Wow.
But-
Just enough that you're like, I can't throw it out.
Right.
Yeah, it's just hopeful enough to stick around.
Wow. I love that. And it's a bonsai?
It's similar.
Similar.
Sort of. I don't remember what it's called. It's called like snow pea or something like that. Something with the word snow in it.
Interesting. Okay.
President? Sorry. It's a Hunger Games joke. I never watched the Hunger Games.
Bootleg Bart, did you have any that you were thinking of?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any wild or fun plant stories. Drawing a blank on those.
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair, yeah.
I also don't have any good plant stories. I mean, one time I saw like a weed growery in Arcata, which is up in the Pacific Northwest, but still in California, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it's in California for sure.
And it was really cool. There was just like, it was all inside like this shed, and it was hydroponics. So they had like these grow lights, but then also the plants were like in water, and the water was circulating, which was super cool.
Ooh.
It was really interesting. Apparently, like every other house in Arcata is secretly a growing house. I don't know how legal that is now, at least at those volumes.
So what are you doing now?
Okay. So now I'm shoving more dirt into the top of her because things are just kind of falling out of the legs. So I'm going to let them sit there and work on this part is my thought. So I'm just sort of like trying to like urge the dirt in. And we'll see how far we get. I don't know that this will be finished by the time we have to leave, and then it's gonna sit undone for like at least another 2 weeks.
I mean, unless we do more another part of the plant symposium next week, so that you can finish it then.
I want to do a spirituality symposium.
But do you want to finish the plants first, or do you want to?
No, I mean, like, I don't know that it's, like, particularly interesting viewing to, like, come back and just see me, like, shove this Barbie full of dirt.
That's fair.
Rather than, like, a fun talk, a discussion.
Potatoes Molasses is taking us on a journey.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're going outside because I just remembered how weird this plant that's growing in our front yard is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can you see that?
There's like seeds growing in these very flat pods.
They look like dice.
They look like shark eggs.
Dominoes, yes.
Purses.
And shark eggs also, yeah.
Mermaids' purses.
I thought you thought the moss balls looked like mermaids' purses.
No, those look like mermaid balls. Mermaid testicles. Testicles. Okay. So, she's pretty full up. I'm gonna stick her back in.
Okay.
Ugh. Gah. Gah. Gah.
I mean, it's going smoother than I thought.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
And you know what? Being trash means you never have to. Okay. Well, that arm was a lot easier. I think that this part is going to go better.
Okay. I mean, I'm very curious. I'm excited for the check-ins that we'll get to do, too, of, like, how is it doing?
Did it survive?
Has it survived?
I'm very curious, and I hope that the roots will grow through the seams.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That would be
that's
sick
why
as
I'm
fuck.
wondering if the leg breaking is actually good.
Yeah.
Because it at least gives it another point of access down to the dirt.
And a little more air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah. The air, too.
Should take stop motion for it. And then, like, watch it grow. It'd be like I don't know, it feels like very 90s grunge music video.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, like a time lapse.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How's this looking?
So she's got some nice arms going on. I'm pleased with the arms. The legs. The leg needs work.
Okay.
And it's like, do I shove more things in, or do I try something different? Because I have this guy, and I know these are the roots. They're very delicate, but I know he'll root again if I give him the opportunity.
Right.
He hasn't grown very tall, though.
No.
So, you know, I think I'm going to put this in the head. I think that this belongs in the head. No? Snip. Sneep.
CBC, where did you DM it to me?
Oh, plants. Okay, nice, right? Cute little head.
Oh, I see.
And then,
No, I don't.
like, I should probably just try and fill the leg with this. I was thinking of trying one of the philodendrons, but I think that there's just not enough room for those roots, you know? They have such meatier roots, whereas like this one you can just put in. Like, I would need to sort of fit like this whole little network and be really careful with it, because, you know, if I break it off, it won't grow. Oh, but that could fit. Oh.
That could fit.
All right, do I change my strategy entirely and go with the philodendron? No, I have more objects.
Okay, it looks like CBCs didn't go through. And we have 10 minutes.
We have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes. I got this. I got this. All right.
I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
I believe in you. I think this is gonna work. This is working out so much better than I initially expected.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, I'm gonna let her. I think that this is like a good start. I think that she's pretty stable. I will probably add some more rocks around her, you know, to make sure that she's like really secure. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a little bit of dirt for these to all like sort of root into. I don't know like how much soil they will end up needing and how they will root out. I'm not sure if these create like deep or strong enough roots to go through her, but that would be really cool.
That would be really cool. I do think I have to head out to get the show ready.
Friends,
for the next show, the missed calls with the former randoms coming up next. But thank you both for joining us.
Thank you so
for this.
much.
This has been so much fun.
And showing us your beautiful plants and your beautiful homes.
Yes.
And giving us your beautiful knowledge.
Yeah.
Thank you so dearly. And we'll see everyone for missed calls with former randoms.
Yeah. And thank you also to MathBlank and Tina for sending yours in to us via Discord.
Yes. And I will post updates of this
Yes, we'll post updates so that everyone can take a look at this. And then I think for now, let's wave at the camera as we say,
night and good claw.
Good night and good claw.